Hello everybody, it is me, Vincent, and welcome back to another VincentVision. I am coming to you from Universal Orlando Resort as always, and get this, did you guys know there's actually 2 other Universal theme parks that you can visit this summer? That's right, it's Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure. And while we have been focusing on a lot of Epic Universe on this channel, it is time to come back here to the 2 parks that started it all and focus on some pretty fun updates that are happening here during the summer. Things like Universal celebrating the anniversary of Jaws, a brand new Super Nintendo store in Citywalk, and even another How to Train Your Dragon Land here at Islands of Adventure. So we're excited to spend some time here in these parks after a very long time and see all of the brand new stuff that you can look forward to when you visit Universal Orlando this summer. So welcome to another VincentVision. Watch out! It's good to be back here at the 2 parks. North side, that's because it's kind of on the north and Epic Universe is on the south. There have been a lot of fun summer additions here at this park to keep these places fresh, and we're gonna go check them out and show you things that you can look forward to finding when you visit the parks this summer. First things first, one of the most noticeable changes you can see when you come into Universal Orlando is the fact that there is a brand new Super Nintendo store in Citywalk. This is where people are going to be able to buy all of their Super Nintendo World merch. The Super Nintendo World store serves as an expansion to the existing Citywalk store. It's a lot bigger now with a dedicated area to all of the Mario merch. And it's crazy to see, basically this is pretty much all of the merch that they sell over at Super Nintendo World. So if you forgot to get something when you were at the park, or you're just not gonna go at all and you still want a little bit of a piece of the pie, you can absolutely go there and get that. You know, I think Harry Potter for a really long time was the big deal here at Universal. I think now Nintendo is the big dog, and there's so much Nintendo merch going around, so many people wearing this stuff here from Universal. It only makes sense that you have what's gonna probably be the biggest IP, the biggest brand front and center as soon as you enter Citywalk. Go for it. They've also expanded the store to add something that's kind of a big deal as well. There is now another Wizarding World of Harry Potter wing, and this is all dedicated to Butterbeer. More specifically, this is where you are going to be able to get cold and frozen butterbeer outside of the park. And this is a really big deal because for a very, very long time, you could only get butterbeer inside the theme park. And even like, it's kind of loosened up with like merchandise. I remember when Harry Potter first opened up, you could only get Harry Potter merchandise inside the Wizarding World. Like you had to be there. It was part of the immersion, it was part of the experience. Now, 15 years later, Universal has loosened up a little bit on it, and now you can get all your merchandise and your butterbeer. So if you find out that your new addiction is butterbeer and you need a little bit more in your life, you can come here to the Citywalk store, get some on the way out. Great for kids and people who love super sweet drinks. But really, for me, as a local and as someone who comes to the parks a lot, I think the most exciting thing about this store expansion is that they have brought back the walkthrough. Before, when this was like 3 different stores, Billabong, Tommy Bahama, the other one, you used to be able to like kind of take a little shortcut to go straight over to Universal Studios Florida and not have to walk all through the crowds of Citywalk. This was super helpful during Halloween Horror Nights. Now it is back. You can do it again. I am so very happy about that because I'm all about saving as many little steps as I can when I come here to these parks. So now that I've got that little shortcut back, life's good, baby. But from here, we're actually gonna head over into Islands of Adventure. It seems as if dragons have taken over the Lost Continent once again, and Universal has created kind of a second little mini How to Train Your Dragon Land to promote the brand new live action movie. Let's head inside. We, my friends, have real life dragons here at Lost Continent and Islands of Adventure. It's me, Hiccup. And okay, I'm gonna stop that. Universal has decided that they love How to Train Your Dragon so much that they have made a second kind of mini land here in the Lost Continent where promotion for the live-action How to Train Your Dragon movie has taken over this area of the Lost Continent, formerly known as Sinbad Village. It's crazy. As you're walking up towards Hogsmeade, you see a gigantic dragon, supposed to be Stormfly from the live-action movie, and a big banner, and they've kind of redecorated this whole area. There's now a gift shop selling merchandise from the movie, also merchandise from the land. They have all different types of stuff in there. This is kind of a lot like the Super Nintendo World store that we were talking about, where if maybe you didn't get to buy your How to Train Your Dragon merch when you went to Epic Universe, or you're not going at all, you're able to find a lot of what they sell over here in this corner. Listen, I love a good coffee mug, don't get me wrong, but this is probably the worst coffee mug I've ever seen. Look at the handle for it, simply because of the handle here. I know, even just showing it off, I'm afraid to like drop it, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be buying this one anytime soon. But what's really cool is on the opposite end of the street over here, they have a giant toothless photo op. Now, this is not the photo op from Epic Universe, but you also don't have to wait 90 minutes to see it. It's a very simple stationary toothless you can kind of stand behind and get your picture, look like you're flying through the clouds. Which, by the way, I'll say this while we're here, I'm not super excited for this live action movie. I think all the dragons look really ugly, okay? I'll just say it. So it's cool that they're doing promotion for this land, and they actually have something that I wasn't expecting, which I actually do really kind of like. They do have like costume replicas and props and kind of like a little behind the scenes video playing about the production. I think that's really great. I still think it ties kind of the Universal movie making with the theme park, which I always really do appreciate. And even though I'm not super excited for the movie myself personally, I think it is fun that they are breathing life into this area of the park, because for the longest time, this has just been the walkway to Harry Potter for a lot of people. And now there are actually people stopping and seeing all of the little things they have to offer here. So when you're here this summer, be sure to check out the little mini How to Train Your Dragon land. And if you're looking to meet Toothless, but not wait 90 minutes to do it, you can take a fun little picture here and pretend you did. Our next update stop brings us to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where a big move has been made. Hagrid's Magical Creatures motorbike, 6 years later from its opening in 2019, now takes Universal Express Pass. So that now means that almost every single ride in both Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure takes Express Pass, with the exception of one, Pteranodon Flyers. With no Express, everyone's in the same line. What you see is kind of what you get. Now that Hagrid's has an Express line, which is a separate queue that they're going to prioritize, you're going to see a more higher wait time for the regular queue because of that. It's nice for those who have the Express. You know, it's a big perk. Now every Harry Potter ride, with the exception of Battle of the Ministry, takes an Express Pass, but it is going to change the wait times for the regular Hagrid's queue by a lot, in a big way. And for a little while, I'm definitely expecting to see a lot more bumps in the wait time after 4 o'clock, when pass holders and locals have access to the Express queue with their passes. Let's see how this plays out. Hagrid's is still an amazing ride, and at least now there's a way to get through it a little bit faster. But as far as Islands of Adventure goes, it's kind of all of the big updates we have. From here, we're going to jump onto the Hogwarts Express train and see what's going on over at Universal Studios Florida. We've made it to Universal Studios Florida. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know why I sung. We got off the King's Cross station, and we are actually getting ready to head over to the San Francisco area of the park, where Universal has kind of set up like a little mini Jaws area block party to celebrate the 50th anniversary of this movie. Where I'm standing right now is actually kind of one of the last remaining references to what used to be in this area of the park. Right behind me is the Amity Island Lobster Company, where King's Cross Station is now, and this building here would be the entrance to what used to be Amity Village, where the former Jaws ride existed here at Universal Studios Florida. And luckily for us, they have brought back the vibes in some way over here in San Francisco. Obviously, if you watch this channel and you know me, you know I love the Jaws ride, so I'm excited to check out this area of the park. There's a shark in the water. I don't even remember if that's what he says in the movie. They've kind of created this Amity Village 4th of July celebration corner of the park here to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Jaws movie. This movie came out in 1975. 50 years later, it is still one of the best movies that Universal has put out. It is incredibly influential and used to have one of the best rides here in the park. They are paying tribute to it here next to the original shark that used to stand right in front of the Jaws ride. They have got some places to get food themed to previous restaurants in the area. Chez Alcatraz is a very popular drink spot here that serves Jaws flavored drinks. They've even got a little kind of memorial board themed to Jaws. And the big fun photo op here is a boat that is themed to look like the boats from the Jaws ride. You can get in there, stand behind it. It looks like the panel that the skippers used to use. There's a steering wheel, a bunch of buttons, including e-stop. There's little scripts and a layout of the ride, and they even have the grenade launcher propped right over there. I never got to be a Jaws skipper. I think if I had gotten straight out of college and went straight to Universal and got a job as a Jaws skipper, I would have had 2 amazing years there before they closed the ride. So this is a great place for someone like myself to live out their Jaws ride fantasies. Hello and welcome to Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours, the best and only boat tour service around the island. My name is Vincent and I'm gonna be your skipper today, and I'm gonna take you guys to the exact same spots where in 1974, I should probably drive the boat, where in 1974, that mean old shark devoured those poor, innocent islanders. So actually, it'd be more realistic if Ellison was over here, because I would be driving the boat like this and be like, hello, welcome to Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours, the best and only boat tour service around the island. My name is Vincent and I'll be your skipper today. And we are gonna, I'm doing a little backhand spin thing that they used to do. This here is a grenade launcher that I can't pull out of the thing, but just in case there's any sharks, we've got this here. But we haven't had a shark in over 50 years.
What about the one right behind you?
Don't talk about that, sir. Don't worry about that one. Overall, I love anytime Universal shows love to previous attractions. I think they've done such a great job hitting all the little things that if you remember the Jaws ride, you go, oh, there's that. You know, this was the entrance to the ride. These are the big doors that they would open up and you could enter the ride from here. Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours never really said Jaws on it. It said Captain Jake's Amity Boat Tours. It feels like Universal is always just constantly apologizing for closing their classic attractions. And this store, this little area of the park is another great example of that. Ellison went to the Midway Grill, which used to be a real place to get food in the Amity area of the park. And you got something which I don't think they have anywhere else at Universal other than here right now, which is
funnel cake.
Funnel cakes. Oh my gosh, is it good?
It's crunchy, but yet it's exactly what you want funnel cake to be. You can tell it has like that softer center when you're biting into it. And then just the powdered sugar, it's just a classic. And I'm so surprised that theme parks just don't really sell this all year round. This is like a good portion size where you're satisfying that sweet tooth, but not feeling so gross out at the end of it. This is really great. They should just keep this here all year long.
Well, I've got 2 lovely, wonderful skippers here, Dan and Nino, going to take me a tour here at Captain Jake's boat.
So this is the Amity 6. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a shark has chomped half of it off, so we really can't get insurance for it, so you gotta be careful. But let's start with the basics. We got an e-stop, fake buttons, and someone tried to break this, so we had to bolt it down. But
yeah.
we have a brake, we have an accelerator. You wanna do it?
Yeah.
Get in here.
All right, I'll join you on this side here. I shouldn't do it from the front.
Some other things. We got a script.
If I hit the accelerator from the front, I'm just gonna get ran over. Yeah.
I mean, our insurance won't cover it, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Brake and then hit punch it, supercharge it. Be fast and furious about it.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
And then if you see a shark, which like rarely happens, I haven't seen a shark in like 50 years, but just in case, bazooka.
Whoa.
And don't worry, the best part is, if you do see a shark, we cut the light.
Oh, cool.
That way you have perfect screen time.
Yeah.
What's great about Amity is that it's an island, so you can literally you're never lost.
Yeah.
Just keep making circles.
And just in case I see a shark, I know what to say right over here.
Call the
Yeah,
Marines.
that's awesome.
And if you do get wet, we have souvenir shirts in the back.
Oh, wow, incredible. What an amazing tour.
Because it wouldn't be a stay at Universal Orlando Resort without a little Universal Orlando Resort shirt. Come on.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say it wouldn't be Universal Orlando Resort without a ride spraying you with water for some way.
It would not be Universal Studios Orlando Resort without a little water being sprayed on you. I mean, come on.
On the topic of anniversaries, there's actually another pretty big one coming up right around the corner in a couple days, actually. On June 7th, it will officially be the 35th anniversary of Universal Studios Florida, the Universal park that started it all here in Orlando. And to celebrate, Universal has put out some 35th anniversary merchandise. It's very cool, it's very simple. We love a black neon design with the classic park logo, and of course, another apology from Universal, references to the old rides that used to be. They have this really fun poster, they have this very fun button-down shirt, kind of like their own version of like a Roosevelt shirt. Another great anniversary here in the parks. We love our simple designs. My personal recommendation though, if you're someone who wants to show some love to old school Universal, you gotta hit up a couple different places. eBay, Depop. Living here in Orlando, there are tons of thrifty vintage stores that you can visit and get shirts like the one that I have been wearing. Because you guys like to ask about them all the time in the comments. That is how I get my true retro Universal love, all right? So hit those places up. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So there's been a lot of Epic Universe talk going on this year at Universal, but slowly but surely, Halloween Horror Nights is starting to make its return here to Universal Orlando to take all of our attention and our money. Universal recently put out the first little trickle of Halloween Horror Nights merch at the 5 and Dime. This is your Halloween Horror Nights spot. Whenever there's an announcement or a new t-shirt or whatever, this is where they are going to put them. And we got our Never Go Alone, kind of our sort of generic catch-all merchandise for the event. Coincidentally enough, on the day that I was filming this, they actually just announced the first house for Halloween Horror Nights. It is going to be a haunted house based off the Amazon show Fallout. And like the merchandise spot that I was talking about here at 5 and Dime, it has been switched out to Fallout merchandise. This is where you're going to get those shirts. It looks really cool. I'm happy that it's not another black Halloween Horror Nights t-shirt. And something that they seem to be doing as well is they have kind of like this stained glass picture you can buy. And as they do the announcements, you'll be able to add the characters from those haunted houses on there, where eventually you'll have a full mural with all the characters for this year's Halloween Horror Nights, which is a really cool idea. We love up-to-the-minute Halloween Horror Nights updates. Looks like it just happens all the time here at Universal. Stay tuned for more updates as they come out. Before we leave the park, there's one more thing I'd like to do, and that is get another viewing of the Mega Movie Parade. This show premiered last year, and kind of ended up being kind of a quick run. It went through the summer, now it is back for its second season, and they have apparently added some things to the parade. It's also a really fun parade that I don't watch enough, so while we're here in the park, I'd like to see it one more time before we get on out of here and get our little updates of everything that's been happening here at USF and IOA. We got our spot right here on the Hollywood Street. This is, I think, one of the best areas to see it, because you see the parade right as it starts, and then as soon as it's over, you can leave the park. The Ecto 1 wasn't here the last time we saw this parade. This is very, very cool. One of my videos. Whoa! Whoa! As far as updates and things like that go here at this park, that is really all I've got. There is stuff always happening here at all the Universal parks, and even though there's a lot of attention going on at Epic Universe right now, there are still great reasons to come here and see what's going on. I should visit this place a little bit more often, but I've been spending a lot of time at the brand new park. Can you blame me? Hopefully I did a good job catching you guys up with all of the big things that are happening here during the summer. And if you're looking for more Universal content like this one, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, because guess what? You'll find it there. But I am going to get on out of here. Thank you guys for watching another VincentVision, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.